National politics has been abuzz in recent days with the corruption scandal that allegedly involves lawmaker from Rashtriya Swatantra Party. While investigation by anti-graft body is underway on the leaked audio in which RSP lawmaker Dhaka Kumar Shrestha allegedly demands for a bribe of 20 million rupees, Shrestha has claimed the audio has been altered to frame him. Good evening, I'm Sarah Sapsanama. Let's begin with the top stories of the hour. An avalanche in Sagarmatha, Solukhumbu's Khumbu region claims the lives of 3 deceased identified as support staff, all from Pasanglamu rural municipality of Khumbu. Rashtriya Swatantra Party removes Dhaka Kumar Shrestha from the party following the audio scandal, decides to recommend Bindabasini Kansakar to replace Shrestha at the lower house. Vote counting for new leadership at the Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries underway. Candidates required to bag at least 50% votes to be elected as the vice president. And Sadabata hands Manang Marsyangde its first defeat in the ongoing Martyrs Memorial 8 Division League. Himalayan Sherpa defeats APF 5-3. An avalanche in Khumbu of Solukhumbu has claimed the lives of 3. The deceased have been identified as Dachiri Sherpa, Temba Tenji Sherpa and Lakparita Sherpa, all from Pasanglamu rural municipality of Khumbu. The 3 were guides to summiters who were headed for Sagarmatha or Mount Everest. According to Director for Department of Tourism Yuvraj Khatiwada, the 3 had been assigned the responsibility of carrying materials to help the mountaineers navigate their ways from Camp 2 to the top of the mountain. A Simrik Air helicopter had been sent to the region for rescue. However, according to Lukla station manager of Simrik Air, Ang Tashi Sherpa, the helicopter had returned as the 3 were buried in the avalanche. The Department of Tourism has handed out 24 permits for Everest expedition as of late and has said the trail will be cleared out to allow the others to embark on their expeditions. It is, however, uncertain when the expedition will resume given the death of the 3 individuals who were experts on the task. Rashtriya Swatantra Party has removed its leader Dhaka Kumar Shrestha from the party following the release of audio in which Shrestha allegedly demands for 20 million rupees from medical businessman Durga Prasad. The party's Central Committee meeting held this evening decided to remove Shrestha from the party and replace his position at the House of Representatives with Bindabasini Kansakar. In the leaked audio, Shrestha allegedly is heard asking for 20 million rupees from controversial businessman Durga Prasad as a support in his ministerial aspiration. Following the incident, the party had suspended Shrestha and carried out investigation. The party's disciplinary committee had recommended to remove him from the party following a probe. Ahead of the Central Committee meeting, Shrestha had admitted it was his voice in the audio but added that it had been altered. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority has initiated an investigation into the case for demanding bribe money. Meanwhile, disputes have emerged following the party's decision to recommend Bindabasini Kansakar to replace Shrestha at the lower house. Proportionate candidate Megh Bahadur Ale has demanded his name be recommended instead based on the closed list submitted at the Election Commission. Ale has warned of filing a complaint at the Election Commission if the party moves ahead with Kansakar. Now, voices are being raised for investigation against Rashtriya Swatantra Party lawmaker Dhaka Kumar Shrestha after an audio tape was leaked where he is heard asking for 20 million rupees in bribe. Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority has already initiated required procedures for investigation. However, Shrestha is not only the politician, not in fact the only politician alleged of financial irregularity. Despite the public raising questions against several leaders of large political parties, the state has failed to investigate them while the parties have been protecting their members. 2 houses have been completely damaged while 2 others suffered cracks during the construction of the Summit apartment in Bakundol, Lalitpur. Business persons, including member of the House of Representatives Binod Chaudhary, have invested in the apartment, of which required documents have not been approved by related departments. However, his party Nepali Congress has not shown any interest in investigating Chaudhary, who is being talked about as a candidate for the Minister of Finance. Despite public concerns about their leaders, political parties have instead resorted to protect them. CPN-UML Deputy Chairperson Ram Bahadur Thapa and Secretary Tok Bahadur Rai Maji have also been drawn into controversy related to fake Bhutanese refugees. Lawmaker Rai Maji's son is understood to have received 15 million rupees and a photograph of him with a person arrested in the case has surfaced as well. However, CPN UML has not shown any interest in this case. Another UML leader, Bhanubhakt Dakal, has been alleged of irregularities during procurement of resources during the coronavirus pandemic. CPN UML protected Dakal after the party's senior deputy chairperson, Ishwar Pokhrel, who led the CCMC, was also drawn into the case. Meanwhile, Janardhan Sharma of CPN Maoist Centre was alleged of deploying unauthorized individual while revising tax rates of the budget while serving as the finance minister and protecting Prithvi Bahadur Shah, who was involved in money laundering. However, Sharma was protected by CPN Maoist Centre. The political parties have been protecting their members when drawn into controversy instead of investigating them. Analysts are of the opinion that political crime has intensified as leaders who promise of good governance in their speeches and electoral campaigns themselves are involved in irregularities and controversies. If the political parties are not accountable towards the questions raised by the public and the society, good governance and transparency will be limited to assurances with increasing criminal involvement of politicians. In our Public Voice segment, today we've asked people in several provinces why have political parties protected leaders and cadres engulfed in controversies. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
देखाउन चाहन्छ आफ्नो कमाउने बाटोको लागि पनि उनीहरुले संरक्षण दिनुपर्छ आफ्नो पार्टीमा चाहिँ बहुमत छन् भन्ने देखाउनको लागि राजनीतिक दलले त्यसमा चाहिँ आफ्नो स्वार्थ पूर्ति गर्नका लागि त्यस्तै फसेका मान्छेहरु आफ्नो संरक्षणको लागि राजनीतिक पार्टीहरु खोज्दै त्यहाँ समावेश हुन आएका हुन् आफ्नो स्वार्थको लागि अगाडि पनि मेरो सपोर्ट गर्छ भन्न ठानेर उनीहरु त्यस्तो मान्छेले ल्याउँछ म पनि चाहिँ त्यससँग चाहिँ कहिलेकाहीँ हस्ताक्षर गरेको छु कि भन्ने कुराले नै मान्छे धेरै चाहिएको छ नराम्रो छविको भयो भने आफ्नो मान्छेलाई त्यस्तो मान्छेले जसले पनि लिन चाहन्छ आफू फस्छु भन्ने डरले पनि संरक्षण गर्छन् राजनीतिले आफ्नो स्वार्थपूर्तिको लागि पार्टीको बेइज्जत हुन्छ भनेर संरक्षण गरेका हुन्छन् सामिप्यता उठ बस पहिलेदेखिको नाता सम्बन्धहरूको कारणले गर्दाखेरि भ्रष्टाचार गरेर ल्याएको सम्पत्ति पार्टीलाई पनि केही हिस्सा आउने
Voting has been held for the selection of a new leadership at the umbrella organization of industries and businesses, the Federation of Nepalese Chamber of Commerce and Industries. Voting began at 10 in the morning at the Academy Hall in Kamaladi and concluded at 6 p.m. but was halted in between for a while because of disputes. Of the 64 members of the Federation, 4 were elected unanimously, while 112 competed for remaining 60 positions. Umesh Lal Shrestha, Anjan Shrestha and Ramchandra Shanghai are competing for the position of Senior Vice President. Based on the statute of the Federation, the Senior Vice President is appointed the President after completion of the term. However, candidates will need to bag at least 50% of the total votes cast to be elected to the post. In case the 50% requirement is not met, another round of voting will take place. Vote counting is currently underway. It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
But before today's question, let's take a look at the results from yesterday's poll. Yesterday, we asked you what should be done to improve the relations between all 3 tiers of government. 50% voted for option A, clarity in jurisdiction, 33% for B, build culture of cooperation, and 17% for C, maintain balance in revenue distribution. Here's today's question. Why has a Chief Justice not been appointed at the Supreme Court for a long period of time? Your options are A, political ploy, B, ad hoc trend, and C, ignoring the judiciary. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Welcome back. It's time now for the sports update.
Sports news.
Himalayan Sherpa Club have secured a 5-3 win over the Armed Police Force in the Marty's Memorial A Division League. With the win, Sherpa have climbed to the 10th position, while APF have dropped to the 8th in the standings. In the thrilling match played at Chasal Ground, Sudeep Shrestha put Sherpa ahead in the 8th minute. Indian player Satyam Sharma displayed brilliant performance as he scored in the 24th minute and marked his brace 5 minutes later. However, Satyam was substituted in the 35th minute after carrying an injury. Armed police force then made a comeback in the match. Armand reduced the deficit in the first half additional time. Sunny Shrestha scored the second goal for APF in the 46th minute, while Pradeep Lama found the equalizer in the 62nd minute. However, Sherpa's lead was reinstated by Awa Yomi Fakunle in the 75th minute before Bishwas Shrestha converted from the spot in the 87th minute to earn the 5-3 win for his club. In yesterday's match, also played at the same venue in Chasol, Machendra had secured a 7-3 win over Kumaltar. Meanwhile, Manang Mursyangdi club has faced its first defeat at the A-Division League as Sadubato chalked out a 1-0 win today and climbed atop the league standings. Up next is the weather update. That is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Good night.